Are you guys ready for a breakdown of a song you've never heard before? No? Well, I'm bloody doing it anyway, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna force you to listen to it until you love it. You will listen to it and you will love it. No, so this is my new single, I Only Want You Because You Belong to Somebody Else.
I only want you 'cause you belong.
And yeah, this is a breakdown video of all the parts. So yeah, let's go. Hey, let me know if you guys have had the same exact experience. You're about to go somewhere, and while you're waiting, you pick up your guitar and start playing something, and then all of a sudden, here's this great idea. Like, because there was no pressure to record anything because you were going somewhere else, it allowed your brain to just get into a flow state. Well, anyway, that's exactly how this song started. Let's have a look at some of the earlier demos. First of all, we went from a version that sounded like this.
Even now when you hold me down, it's alright, just got the
It progressed to this. From that, we went to this.
I just keep on keeping on and destroy.
And then we ended up here. This is the final project. Super quick music theory chat. Songs in C minor, 120 BPM. Main progression goes C minor, B flat, A flat, F minor, 1764. And I switch things up in the pre-chorus going C minor, D flat, F minor, G augmented 7 sharp 9. You need a little bit of modulation to keep things fresh and interesting. And quickly check this super spicy sliding progression I do to get back to our 1 on this pre-chorus. Woo! The bridge is a little bit different again. A flat, E flat, F minor, B flat. Right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on. No one wants to hear this boring shit. Let's have a suss of the drums. It's Superior Drummer 3. Preset, it's on George Massenburg, and it's on a Yote. I really like it because he's only done a fader mix and a touch of EQ, and it still sounds really tough. I didn't program any of these drums myself. I just grabbed the MIDI files out of Superior Drummer. It's the folder called Forward Shuffle 117 BPM. You'll notice that the drums are doing a shuffle pattern. And this sets the rhythm for everything else in the song to be swung. Swing is king. I've also added just an extra clap, a shaker, and a tambourine just to sprinkle throughout the production. This is my favorite bit here when it's like goodish, goodish, goodish. Once I was happy with all the fills and the song structure, I exported all the Superior channels to audio as if I'd recorded this drum kit myself. The mix engineer never suspected a thing. There's a few bits of gear on the drum bus, everything you'd expect, some EQ, some compression, and some tape saturation. So that's the drums. Bass guitar. This is my Vintera P bass that I still have out on a rental agreement. And these are some of the grooves that I've milked out of this thing. The recording setup for this going to be pretty minimal, I reckon. You can generally just plug in a P bass and have it sound pretty good, just DI. I'm using the THU amp sim, but see here, I'm not using any amp or cab. I've just got the old trusty Sans amp pedal on, just giving it a bit of dirt, just, you know, giving it a bit of fucking aggression that just lets it cut through, you know. I'm using a pick on the strings because I wanted it to sort of be honky and crunchy, and yeah, I didn't want to just use the the fingies. Here's one thing I did do. I noticed that some of the notes were out of tune. So I meticulously went through with the THU tuner and tuned every single note by adjusting its, cent value up or down to make sure it was perfectly in tune. So there you have it, a super solid foundation to build the rest of the track on top of. Let's have a chizat about the gizizats. We've got to talk about the riff. I don't mean to blow my own trumpet, but have you heard a better riff this year? I realised later that subconsciously I may have ripped off Rove's Tattoo. But let's just quietly move on from that. Here's a little production secret that the pros use. In order to get this into C minor, I actually had to tune the guitar up a half step. Now I used my Vintera Telecaster for all the parts. And this guitar I do actually own and have paid for in full. What I've tried to do throughout the song is play different parts on each side of the stereo spread. For instance, in this section of the song, you can hear that the riff is playing in one side, and then there's staccato hits on the other. And this is what you get when you put them together. I don't know, this is just what Rick Beato said to do to get true stereo.
You'll notice that it creates width.
I'm using the THU amp sim to get the tones. The main riff is on this preset called Push Tally. Some of the cleaner channels are on this setting called Pop Rhythm, and I think this is one I modified. Then there's the section at the end. I've got some clean guitars, layered on top of some driven guitars, layered on top of some, all trying to get the right tone here. How mean does this sound? Alright, I'll quickly show you how I got it. But you need to have a copy of Reason. Alright, insert a scream distortion onto your channel. And now turn it to this modulation setting. Now watch out your bloody face doesn't melt off. Yeah, vocals now. Get your ears on these heavenly vocals.
I only want you, 'cause you belong to somebody else. And I can tell that you want me to. Yeah.
I thought so far that this was my best vocal performance on anything that I've sung myself, but I get it, I'm no Harry Styles. No bloody Ed Sheeran. The chorus is playing these notes over the chord progression. And I've added these harmony notes as support. You can see that I've doubled the chorus using this Haas channel.
I only want you, 'cause you belong to somebody else.
And here's the harmony channels and the ad-libs all together.
I only want you, belong to somebody else. And I
The moment we've all been waiting for, the vocal chain. I'll froth a good vocal chain. Metatune. I'm using the note stabilizer to make the vocal sound better. I've got another Metatune here, and this one's automated to come on to do some chromatic notes. CLA vocals. There's no shame in using it. It sounds unreal.
trying to stop me. It makes me want you more.
Here's a hot tip though I got from the manual. You're supposed to drive the input up until it turns yellow to get the best sound out of it. And lastly, I'm using the virtual mix rack, Slate Digital, and all I've got on here is this de-esser, just de-essing the vocals.
It makes me want you more.
I won't torture you any longer with these vocals. Righto, that's probably all that's worth talking about. If you've made it this far, you are a dead set ledge. If you feel so inclined, check out the song yourself, as it's currently dominating the Spotify charts. Please fucking just like and subscribe, alright? Fucking just do it. Get a dog up ya, and I'll see you next time.
It makes me want you more. A stolen kiss stays sweeter. All's fair in love and war.